And Northern Michigan University wants to see its students consider a future in the Upper Peninsula. That's why the university launched a new program to give students real-world experience working alongside Upper Peninsula communities. TV6's Caden Minus takes a look at this program and what it will do for students and the UP communities they will serve.
Northern Michigan University has partnered with Invest UP and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation to launch its new Rural Leadership Fellowship Program. NMU's Executive Director of Business Engagement, David Nyberg, says the program will allow students to learn while getting professional experience working alongside UP communities on economic development projects.
What it's designed to do is to give students over the course of a year the opportunity to build their skills in an applied learning environment while also obtaining their degree, and also give the community an opportunity to work with NMU and a broad mentor network to help them advance this project.
Selected student fellows will be awarded a 100% tuition and fee scholarship, which will include the winter, summer, and fall 2024 semesters. Those who are selected will also receive a $15,000 stipend to assist with living expenses.
Ultimately, a big goal is to make sure that we're supporting students that want to pursue these careers here in the Upper Peninsula, hopefully, and really build our bench of talented public service professionals in the region for years to come.
Invest UP CEO Marty Fattanti says he sees this benefiting both students and the UP.
It allows students to get that real practical experience and demonstrate to them that there is opportunity here in the Upper Peninsula for them to stay. But then additionally, what it really does is allows economic development organizations, community development organizations to really get some assistance.
Applications for this program will close on November 30th. Caden Minus, TV6 News, Marquette.